Let's go, y'all. It's Thursday. Made it through another week. Had a crazy week with closings, but I'm excited. Can't wait to talk to Marvin tonight so we can talk about fixing your credit and what to do with your credit once you get it fixed. Let's give it a couple minutes. We could get this thing going. There we go. Marvin just jumped in. Mm-mm-mm. Got the best contractor in the city in the building just joined in. I don't know what happened. Marv, are you getting a request? Uh-oh. Marv, you got the updated IG? Or are you on your phone? I hope you're not on your laptop, right? It's saying you. Nope, let me leave him. All right, yep. All right, go ahead, check that out. When we going Yeah, you got to do it from your phone. It won't work from a computer, Marv. For the IG live, you got to do it from your phone.
There we go.
My man.
What's up? What's up? How we feeling?
Not much, man. How you making out, man?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm grateful.
That's what's up, man.
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling the same, man. Had a pretty productive week, man. Had a couple closings, so that's
hmm
always a blessing to keep them coming, man.
You know, it's crazy. First and foremost, much love and congratulations to you on the conference that you did. I think it was a couple weeks ago with Herm and everybody else. I heard it was an amazing. So definitely much love to you on that. I heard you say something. I think you quoted a friend where you said like, if you're not closing on 3 or 4 house, I think a house every a house every a month or something like that. You're not in. Listen.
Right now, that was my man Lorenzo Jackson Rental Homes, man.
Okay.
So I was literally having this conversation with somebody like, yo, my growth came from my circle because they don't let me be mediocre or they don't let me play it safe. So
Nope.
literally, when you got dudes that's like you said, like he closed 3 houses in 1 week. One of my other homies, Dwayne, he was a speaker. He just bought 13 units last week.
Crazy.
Then like some of the other cats I'm with, they doing new construction and other things. So it's like when you like, yeah, I do a house here and there. It's like, yo, like you do a house that's child's play. Like
Right.
once you learn how to do one, you could do two, and once you learn how
Right.
to do two, you do three. But again, you got to learn to pace yourself. But do what works for you. But with that said, yo, I just locked up a lot. I'm about to do my first new construction now because it's
Right.
like the people in my circle will figure it out with you. We're not gonna let you fail because
Right.
we not. So.
Congratulations, man. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. And to speak a little bit on that before we start getting into it, there's a quote that says there's power in proximity, right? And then there's another one that says, well, what everyone's saying now, change your conversation, change your compensation. That's another one too. You got to make sure that you're surrounded with, like-minded individuals that want it more than you, not as bad as you, but want it more than you, to where it's like you feel uncomfortable saying certain things to them. Like for me, I don't even feel like a 5-figure month is something to brag about. It's like what's next? You understand? But that's only because everybody else around me is doing 6-figure here and 7-figure here. So there's power in that, right? So I think that's an amazing thing. Congratulations to you on a lot, of course. Is it in Philly or where is it at?
It is in Philly. I'm a West Philly guy, man. So
Right.
It happened to be in my neighborhood. Literally, me and my partner, his mom live around the corner, so it's sentimental.
Crazy, 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 man.
But to your point too, though, about that event,
Mm-hmm.
another one y'all really gonna hear it first because you brought it up. So the next one's gonna be in October. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to figure out, see if you want to come join in, and and talk, because we always need somebody for credit. So
Always, always, always. Yeah, we'll definitely talk. We can see if we can make that happen. But yo, thank you for having me on this platform, man. I've been watching from afar. You've had a lot of heavy hitters on here. The fact that you thought about bringing me on here, man, I'm humbled. Really.
So I'm gonna tell you what triggered it. I caught you on the gram. You was trending one day in my timeline, and I went on your page, and you was giving nothing but constant game.
Thank you.
And it wasn't like you was doing hard sells. You was really giving game, and it was like, let me see what's this. Next thing you know, I was on your YouTube page, and we'll talk about it. But yo, when you gave that tutorial on how to get the inquiries removals in 48 hours, I'm sending it out to all my homies. Like, yo.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just real big on value. Like that's really my thing, especially in the space of credit. Just for the simple fact that I really started getting heavy into credit late 2019, early 2020. And when I found out not just about the basics of you can use it to buy a house, you use it to buy a car, but the power in leveraging credit towards investing, that opened up a whole new world for me. So now I'm all about just educating any and everybody that's willing to listen on any and everything credit, because I want to see my people progress. I want to see my people proceed. So, you talked about it on Instagram. I would do like the quick credit tip or whatever it is. And for me, I didn't even want to start it. Was a little bit apprehensive. I'm like, people already know this, but it's like, nah, there's somebody out there, whatever information you're giving, whether it's in real estate, stocks, whatever it may be, if you sitting on some type of game you're not putting out there, you're doing yourself a disservice, because there's somebody out there that needs it. And when I started putting the information out there, and it started getting so well received by a lot of my peers that I thought knew these things but didn't, it was just motivation for me to take that same energy to the YouTube and really just blow it up. So yeah, here we are now.
So like, that's the crazy part, and I think people get stuck in that process of, oh, everybody knows this, or so many people doing what I want to do. No, there's a audience for every one of us.
Right.
But the thing is, 10 people, I know 10 people.
Right.
They each know 10 different people.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, you're going to cross somebody who doesn't know it. And that's how you really lock in as you being the expert or the professional
right
in your lane. You don't got to know everything, but just know what you need to know and double down on it. And like I said, that's what attracted me to you. So again, for those who don't know, go ahead and introduce yourself, Marvin, and just let the people know who you are and where you from and how you got started in this credit journey.
All right, yeah. So what's going on, everybody? My name is Marvin Francois, owner, founder, CEO of Francois Capital LLC. I run a credit repair company. We also help in assisting people get trade lines and providing business funding, right? So how I got into this credit space was actually, like I said, I started getting into credit late 2019, early 2020. I had, did my fair share of research through the grapevine coming into 2020, but then Corona happened. Now, around the time when Corona happened, everybody in the crib, nobody got nothing to do. And I was broke as a joke. Account overdrawn. I don't know where and when the next dollar is going to come. And I'm like, I got to do something. And I'm over here flexing and finagling with every side hustle. I started selling t-shirts on Shopify. I'm trying to like help people build their social media up. Anything that I could get my hands on while being stuck in the crib, I tried to do it, but nothing was working. And one thing led to another. I just kind of found myself, looking more and more into credit. And like I said, as my knowledge grew, my excitement grew, because I was just thinking about all the different people that didn't know these things the way that I didn't know these things, that I had to get this stuff too. So, from there, the more I educated myself, the more I started teaching people, the more I started teaching people, the more people started coming to me looking for credit game and credit knowledge and things of that nature. Still broke, still very, very broke. And then late 2020 came, and I started I learned about the inquiry hack, and I started doing it on the side for friends here and there. And I started getting inquiries about credit repair. At the time, I didn't have a credit repair company. And then, as luck would have it, the stars aligned, and then Herman, Haitian CEO, shout outs to him.
The big homie, Bella Slum.
The top dog, right? He launched his, he had launched his first ever credit
mentorship.
Right. Before he launched the mentorship, he did a class first, a live class in Philly. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go. At the time, before
where are you at?
I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Canard. I'm like, I'm in a neighborhood in Canarsie, so literally by the water in Brooklyn, all the way at the bottom of Brooklyn. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So in Brooklyn, I knew Herm through a friend of a friend, and I've been watching him, very inspired by him, motivated by him. But I'm getting into credit, right? I'm watching his, I'm learning from him. I'm learning from other people in the credit space, like him 500. I'm not sure if you know about him. He's another
I
person I
know.
was learning by. Yeah. So then I'm like, yo, I think I want to get in credit repair. Same week I said I'm trying to get in credit repair, Herm launches his class,
Mm-hmm.
right? Herm launches his class. It was like $1,500. I ain't even have 200. I had to pull a couple strings, borrow some money here and there, bought the ticket, went to the class, and it changed my life forever. Just because one, of course, the information, but two, going back to what I opened this up with, power and proximity. You know, to be in a room of like-minded individuals that are trying to come into the space of leveraging right credit to invest and to better the person that's to the left of him and to the right of him. It was a no-brainer for me. So, you know, went to the class, launched my credit repair business, and it's been up ever since. So here we are now.
And that's dope. That's dope. And I love the fact that you didn't use the. So one, I'll just also say I love it that you're being transparent. So I try to tell people too. Being an entrepreneur, there's ups, downs, downs.
Right.
So before COVID, same thing. I was popped, and I was in the middle of a rehab, waiting for that to come back. So it's like, yo, the fact that you stayed in it, I think that says a lot about your character and that grit that you have. So it's like, no matter what, like you said, you went from T-shirts to freelance social media marketing.
I didn't even get into everything for real. That's just a couple, but I bounced around a lot. Anybody who's following me in 2020, y'all know I bounced around a lot. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, that shows that, yo, you were going to figure it out one way or another.
Right.
And then on top of it, you weren't scared to try things. And I think that's the tangible asset within itself, where people be so stuck, like, yo, I got to do this one thing. Nah, like, try that. But at the same token, like, really try to lock in on one thing and figure out what you're good at. But you got to try things to figure out what you're good at.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. You want the last thing that I got into before I got into credit is actually in your field. I tried to wholesale. For a little bit. Let me tell you something. Y'all can keep that.
So I saw some of your YouTube videos.
Y'all can keep that. I don't want that. Y'all can keep that. Wholesaling is a whole different beat, especially in New York, because, you know, the laws here are different, and it's just, man,
a lot of red tape and lawyers.
A lot of red tape, a lot of lawyers. I remember I thought I locked up my first property. I printed out some template off of Google. I'm going to these people like, yeah, I'm about to get my first 10K. It's up for me. I'm gonna buy my first crib, this and this. I get in front of the dude I'm trying to sell it to. He's like, what is this? He's like, did lawyers approve this? You got money in escrow, this and this, that. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know nothing. And the deal fell through, and I was like, you know what? Let me switch gears. Let me go in a different direction. You understand what I'm saying? And that was kind of the last thing I got into before I took the leap into credit. So yeah, you got to try things, man. You got to put yourself out there.
And it's all good. So like you in the beginning, I told somebody today, I started out a wholesaler. I ain't sell no houses. It wasn't until I became a licensed realtor I started selling houses. And then I learned the business, and then I was able, like today I did a wholesale deal and I did it as a realtor. So it's like, once I learned the information, I could pick and choose how to pivot. But the game changer for me was really help my business in this past year. I went from an average credit score of 600s to now, you know, your boy, some days I'm at an 8, some days I'm at a 780. You know what I'm saying? But to be young and black with a credit score of 7 anything, you know, when you walk into, like, I wish y'all would ask me, do I want to sign up? I tell y'all when I want something.
Yeah, you know, you got a little peppy step. You know, you talk a little different. You talk a little different. You know, because you got that credit score. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
So I mean, for you with the credit, like, can you talk about some of the fundamental things for the everyday person, not investing, just the everyday person that they need to be mindful of, have a good credit score?
Oh yeah, sure. So the 5 components. Let's talk about. We're talking basic. If you don't walk away with nothing else, you got to learn the fundamentals of credit, right? So simply put, 5 fundamentals of credit, right? There are 5 things that make up your credit score. If you didn't know, it's payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix, right? So just to quickly break those things down, payment history makes up the most of your credit score. Simply put, paying your bills on time, right? Your ability to pay your bills on time will make sure your credit score never drops. And the reason why it's so important is because in order for you to be able to go out and get credit from other people, when you're looking at your credit report, they need to be able to see that you're paying other people on time Otherwise, why would they want to give you credit? Right. And I do credit repair. I've seen people have their scores drop from literally 760 to like 630 off one late payment. You cannot afford to get a late payment on your credit report. So if you, like I said, if you don't walk away with nothing else, understand payment history is the most important thing when it comes to credit, right? The second component under that is the amounts owed, your credit utilization, right? So with every credit card, and this only applies mainly to revolving credit, right? So revolving credit has to do with like credit cards and lines of credit that you can carry a balance on. So when it comes to your credit utilization, and I tell people this all the time, for those of us who do know about credit, we know that we've been told that you always want to keep it below 30%. That's okay if you want to be average, but if you want an optimal credit utilization that's actually going to help your score, your credit utilization should never go above 9% or below above 10%, excuse me, and below 1%. You want to keep it in that 2 to 9% range. That's a sweet spot to where your credit utilization is actually helping your score. If it goes above that and it stays below 30%, it's not that it's hurting it, but it ain't helping it. It's just average. You understand what I'm saying? Then after that, you have length of credit history, which is one of my favorite parts of credit because it's the one that you can't really do anything with, and that's time, right? So how long have you been managing your credit? How long have you been paying your bills on time? How long have you been keeping your utilization at this rate, right? So length of credit history is important because, you know, like you said, there are a lot of people that have 700, 750 credit scores, but they only got like 3 months of history and they're trying to get like the Hellcat SRT. Don't work that way. You
go straight to the Hellcat, man.
I just see that from what I'm seeing, that's the go-to car that everybody want to get. If you want to say the Benz.
No, that and the souped up Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, there you go. Or the Urus, the Bentayga, whatever car you want to get. If you don't got years of credit history, you're not able to get it. So typically,
you gonna get it because now I hear him on a radio station. Denials, bad credit, it don't matter. Bring a pay stub and you'll get a car here.
Oh, yeah, you'll get it with like a 30% interest rate. Have fun. Yeah, we don't do those. We do not play those games. So
it's cats out here with them Hellcats with $1,500 car payments.
We don't do those. We can't do that. I can't afford to do those. You understand? That's a no-go. That's a no-go. So length of credit history, and then after that you have new credit, which is basically your hard inquiries, right? I go on people's credit reports all the time. I see people with like literally most hard inquiries I've ever seen on a credit report is like 60. Absolutely insane. When it comes time for you to properly structure your credit report, you want to make sure that you never have more than 2 to 3 hard inquiries on all 3 of the bureaus, right? Reason being is because banks don't want to give credit to people that seem like they need credit. And you seem like you need credit if you go on cuckoo with the hard inquiries and you got 10, 20, 30, 40. No. You want to make sure that your credit, your hard inquiry count is never above 2 to 3, right? And then last but certainly not least, credit mix. That's what makes up the least amount of your credit score. Basically just the mix of different accounts that you got, right? So real estate loans, regular credit cards, student loans, secured things of that nature. And that's pretty much it. So those are the 5 components that make up your credit score.
So a question came in. Credit history includes loans or just revolving credit?
Credit history includes all your credit. All your credit.
Okay. I've heard that they look at your oldest account as well if you have like a couple new accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they look at all your accounts when you're applying for stuff. So one of the things, and I love like what we're talking about, this credit thing, because I feel like it's something that the youth or just our community needs to know in general, because they don't teach credit in high school. There is no class in college that talks about it.
Right.
Like the power of credit, and what's your take on using credit to pay bills? Go ahead.
Oh, you can finish the question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say, what's your take on using credit to pay bills and then paying the credit back at the end of the month? Because I'm saying that now that I don't need the credit, they're giving me credit, but now it's to the point where I literally could use one credit card, pay my most important bills on the auto pay, so I don't have a late payment. I let the money sit, not to mention earn the points on the credit card,
right?
And then pay the card down every month. Right.
I think that's if you're just getting into the space of credit and you're scared about, because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about credit, so when they finally get into starting to use it, they're worried about getting that first late payment or messing their credit score up and all those different things. If you want if you want to start building your credit, but you're not really sure where to start, I think that's the easiest place for you to start at, right? So I tell people this all the time, and I made a video about it. If you're just starting to get into credit, the best way for you to maintain your credit so that you're not over leveraging yourself and putting yourself in debt, use your credit cards to buy things you're already going to purchase in cash, right? So if you go into the gas station, instead of using your debit card, use your credit card to fill your car up, and then pay that debt down with the cash you were originally going to use to get the gas. If you go into the grocery store to buy groceries you are already going to buy, instead of using your debit card, use your credit card, right? And you were talking about it, get the reward points, get the cash back, get whatever it is, then use your debit, use your cash to pay those cards down, wash, rinse, repeat. And you do that with all of the things you were originally going to buy, right? A lot of times what happens is people are so scared of credit, but that's because when they get the credit, they use the credit to buy stuff they was never going to buy in the first place.
Saks Fifth.
Yeah, you Saks Fifth, Marcus, Balenciaga's always who is never gonna buy that. Leave that alone, right? Use your credit. If you're just starting to build your credit, don't use it for nothing else besides buying things you are already going to buy. And then from there, that's the easiest way for you to start building things up. So I think it's a cheat code.
And I'm saying I used to be a person that was scared of credit, even to this day now. Like when I talk to my parents about, like, yo, why y'all use your debit card? Like, use your credit card. You have the cash, but use the credit card. I don't want nobody. But now you're not getting any benefits of your cash. So it's like, let your money make money for you.
Right.
You credit. And then now it's like, especially with all the different rewards that they give you for using the card. So now you got free hotel stays. You got free Amazon points. You got other things that you accumulate points for, rental cars and all that cool stuff.
Right. Yeah. No, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything to say. I was listening to what you were saying.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think once you just start learning, and I think the other biggest thing is you have to be disciplined. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie. Crazy thing is I had a lot of trade lines and stuff, not a lot, but a few, but I messed them up early in the game because I was splurging and living off of them instead of utilizing them for growth.
Right. Yeah. You can't, and that's the one tricky thing too. A lot of times what happened is, I think, when is it that most of us find ourselves messing our credit up? When we go to college, right? Because we get to college, we get that first card, whether it's a secure card with a 500 limit or the regular credit card with a $1,000, whatever it may be. And like I said before, we start over leveraging ourselves and buying a bunch of stuff we was never going to buy in the first place. So now what happens is you find yourself with these crazy interest rates. You're paying this $35 a month every single month to basically keep your balance where it is because the interest rate is so high. You don't have enough money to pay down the balance, whatever it may be. Or you have those people that they get the credit, they go crazy with it. They don't remember to put it on auto pay, get a late payment, all these different things. And next thing you know, you fresh out of college, bad credit, couple $100,000 in debt. You don't know what to do. So this is why it's so important for people like you, people like myself, to get that information out there. No matter if you're 18 or 88, credit is important. I said it before. It's literally one of the most important tools within the world of finance in terms of leveraging yourself to invest in and just literally changing your life. So it's important, man. It's very important.
From the event that we did, the investment blueprint that we did about a month ago, the key components for to flourish in life: have a life insurance policy, own at least one home, and have stellar credit. Because even if you're poor as far as cash, you're never really poor if you have credit. So like I have no cash, but because I got X amount of credit cards with X amount of leverage in them, it buys you time so that you're not stressed out.
Right. Yeah.
Do you have any like favorite credit cards for people who are beginning out or who are beginning? Like, hey, these are like 2 easy credit cards that most people can get to start their credit.
Yeah, so the first one off the top of my head is the Discover It Cashback card. That's a card I recommend for everybody to get. It's one of the more simpler cards if you're just starting to build your credit out.
Discover Inc.
Discover It. So Discover It Cashback card. I have like a student card as well. So if you're in school, you could go and apply for that. Or even if you're not in school, it's the Discover It Cashback card. That's a great starter card. Then another one I would recommend but this is only for you if you're an Apple user, is the Apple credit card as well, right? That's also a very easy card to get if you're just looking to start building your credit up.
Do it. All my homies told me about it, and they got well over, commerce. So on that Apple card, and I think the Apple don't even have a hard inquiry.
Well, there's a way around that. There's a way around. It does come with a hard inquiry, but there's a way around it. So if you want to get the Apple card, and I made a video about this, very simple. All you do, you go to the Apple website to apply for the card. Before they approve you for the card, they do a pre-approval. So you go to the Apple website, you fill in your information, they do a soft pull on your credit, and then they do a pre-approval and they tell you like, hey, you've been pre-approved for $500, $3,000, $5,000. Before you accept the card, you call TransUnion, because that's the bureau that Apple pulls from. You freeze your credit report, right? And then you accept the card and you get the card, no hard inquiry. You unfreeze your credit, life is good. So you got a brand new credit card, no hard inquiry. Yeah.
All right, so let's say in the event I get denied and I have this inquiry on me, but I get denied, can I come to you for services to get the inquiries removed?
Of course. Yeah, we specialize in that. Yeah. We specialize in that.
So can you talk about some of the services you do provide?
Right. So like I said, for those of you who don't know, I do run a credit repair company, right? So in my credit repair company, basically we service anybody who's looking to get things off, like hard inquiries, student loans, charge-offs, collections, bankruptcy.
You get support off?
Oh yeah, we do everything. If it can get taken off, child support, everything, right? We also offer hard inquiry service removal as well, for those people that go and run their credit up and want to get. I think we did another. The most inquiries I think I've ever swept in one go is 72. 72. I don't know what they was doing with their credit, but thank you for your business. That understand that it's just that simple. So yeah, we offer and specialize in any and everything credit repair through my company.
Okay. So Discover Inc.
IT. Discover It Cashback.
And then we got what was the second one?
The credit card. That's another one.
Say it again.
Apple credit card. That's another one.
Discover, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
All you guys looking to begin and start building credit, or just need another credit card to help, give you some more leverage.
Yeah.
And then the Apple, but with Apple, call Union before you apply, freeze your account, and then go get the get approved the pre-approval from Apple.
There you go.
Major. So I guess a lot of people I talk to, I feel like they're scared of credit. So it's like, can you touch on like how to get over the fear of credit?
Yeah, that's a mindset thing. So I feel like any and everybody who's like, once upon a time I was scared of credit, but the reason I was scared of credit was because I was uneducated about credit, right? So the more information that you're exposed to as it relates to credit, the more comfortable and open you're going to be into wanting to come into that space. Because when you understand the power, like you and I do, of having great credit, why wouldn't you want it? Like you said, think about it from this perspective, right? If I asked you to save up $100,000 cash, how long do you think it would take you using your earned income?
Probably 20 years of my life.
You understand? Now imagine having great credit to where you can go to a bank, go to a credit union, whatever it may be, and leverage your great credit to get $25,000 in business credit cards, $25,000 in lines of business credit, things of that nature. You literally just 10x the time just off of having great credit. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the information that a lot of us aren't exposed to, because what we were told, credit is only used for emergencies, gas, and groceries and things. No, it's a totally different world out there now. I know you follow a lot of real estate people. One that I follow closely is Jahad Beckford, Hod the Billionaire. I'm not sure if you follow him. He's also from Philly.
Okay, right. So I know who you're talking about, but I haven't met him yet.
I follow him very closely. He's super duper dope, posts a lot of great content. One thing he preaches all the time is like, he teaches people how to invest in properties and buy real estate without using little to none of their money. You get the business credit cards, you liquidate the credit cards, use the cash as a down payment on the property, right? Buy, renovate it, fix it up, refi, use the refi money to pay the credit cards down, boom. No cash out of pocket, just off of credit. Now imagine if I ask that same person, if you need to put down, you're in the game, so you need to put down $25,000 to get a property, $50,000. How long would it take you to use your own cash to save up to make that down payment? Forever. But through credit, it gives you the leverage to be able to go and start that car rental business, to get into real estate, start Airbnb, start with Turo, start that Walmart store, whatever it may be. But you got to get exposed to the information.
Gotcha. So the only thing I will say, I love to use it. So I just use credit to buy a truck for like what you're talking about. To go ahead and to rent the truck out, right?
Right.
So my challenge in the beginning was, and I think people skip this part, you got to take care of your personal expenses first before you jump into that business credit.
Right.
Because personal credit is what's going to get you the dope business credit. However, you'll have this money coming in on the business side, but it won't really help you because you've got all these other still outstanding debts
Right.
on the personal side. And again, being transparent, I tell people, I was drowning in credit cards, lines of credits, because I was putting the money in the street and then the money wouldn't come back as fast as I needed. Or, I'll be honest again, I would take the money and go splurge instead of paying the debts, being disciplined.
Right.
So now I got outstanding debts, but the money is going because I bought stuff that didn't bring me money back because I wanted to fall out. So then it came to a point where I had to completely stop, take a time out, let the money come in, and then start clearing debt in order for me to really flourish. And when I tell you the monkey off my back from clearing that debt,
Right.
now I can make moves
Right. Yeah.
out of preference instead of necessity.
Right.
It's a different ball game when you start making moves off of preference and not a necessity.
Right.
But now you can really take your time and pick your spots. Versus, like you said, like it's one thing to be broke and always have a bill due. So as you start leveraging these credit cards and lines of credits, I'm telling you, your mail, like this all that come. There's all that come in the mail. But now the difference is the stuff is already paid because it's on autopilot.
There you go.
It's on autopilot.
That's
but
how
you gotta go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's how it's supposed to be. You keep going.
No, but I was gonna say, but you just gotta set yourself up first. But again, you talk about investing. I done took Herman's class. I done took New Entrepreneurs class. Like I said, I done tapped into your page and the YouTube pages. And again, I just had to get myself right. And now it's like, oh, we rolling. Like when you talk about going to the bank and getting a line of credit, I can't tell y'all on IG, you know what I'm saying? But it's some plays that's being ran. It's some plays that's being ran. And when I tell you, when you set your LLC and your businesses up right, literally somebody said it in the chat, there are credit unions in every community that literally just because you got a dope credit score and all your ducks in a row,
they give you that bag.
The bag's not the word. I'm just saying.
They give you that bag.
They giving young black people that work.
The bag. The brink. Yeah, it's different. It's different.
This credit game is like the drug game if you know.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Listen, I'm not gonna say much, but shout out to Navy Federal, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Well, somebody in the chat said what you said earlier. Well, they was just saying that I think you got them. They got 2,500 today off of something that you told them through Navy Federal.
I think that was Zay. If Zay is still in here, shout out to you. Yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to see people win. And like I said, when you learn about the leverage that comes from having great credit, man, you can't go back.
You talking about Navy for personal or for business? Because I haven't tapped into Navy yet.
Personal. I haven't tapped in on the business side yet, but what I see going on the personal side, I think Navy printing money at this point. I'm seeing them give out credit and loans like hotcakes. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know. But I'm gonna just leave it at that.
So when we talk about the business credit, what are some of the things that help people have strong business credit starting out?
So typically what most people like to do is there's two main ways to go about getting business credit, right? The traditional way is to go about you set up your LLC, right? You get your EIN, your articles of organization, operating agreement, boom. Then from there, people start looking into what are called vendor accounts, right? So for those of y'all who don't know, vendor accounts are basically credit accounts that you can use to start building business credit for your LLC. So with retailers like Quill, Granger, Uline, things of that nature. Personally, I'm not a proponent of that method, not because it don't work, but more so because you can't really leverage it the way that you want to, right? Because if you get these vendor accounts, you build this credit history up for one LLC, you can only get funding for that one LLC. Versus the other method, which I'm personally a proponent of, which is personal guarantee, right? So the personal guarantee method, you can only use it if you have great credit, right? But the personal guarantee method allows you to use your personal credit report basically as like a co-signer to go and get your LLC business credit, right? So instead of you having to buy a bunch of vendor accounts and staplers and paper clips and things like that you don't need to build a business credit, you can leverage your personal credit that's already been built out to go and get yourself funding for not just one, but however many LLCs you want to get, right? Like I do it all the time, and I see other people do it all the time, where they'll go to a bank, like a Bank of America, like a Navy Fed, whoever it may be. They'll do the hard inquiry on their personal credit, get the business credit card for their LLC, wipe the inquiry, get it for another LLC, wash, rinse, repeat, get it for another LLC, so and so forth and so on. So that's the method that I personally prefer. But like I said, that comes more so from you already having great personal credit.
So the business credit side, from what you're saying, is that, again, if I take care of my personal stuff, my business become a lot easier.
Oh, easier. 100%. It's a cheat code, bro. It's literally a cheat code. It works hand in hand. And I tell people all the time, like I'll tell people all the time, yo, I get people that DM me like, yo, I need 100,000 in business funding. And then I look at their credit report and they got like 8 collections. I'm like, you need Jesus, brother. There's a lot of things you need to go through before we get you that bag. You got to fix your personal first. And then we can start talking about getting funded. But you're not getting no business funding if your personal credit look messed up.
Well, but so I only say, I feel like that's because of on social media, everybody's like, yo, don't worry about your credit. We'll get you the funding. Just pay us this money. We'll get it to you. And then they're running your credit in the ground, trying to get you approved for 15, 30 different credit cards.
Yeah, no, we don't do those things, right? We don't do those things. You got to take care of the personal side first, and the business will follow. I don't know who's out here promoting you don't need to take care of your credit. Block them. You understand? Call the police. We don't do those things.
IG report them.
Yeah, IG report them. Somebody got to. No. You got to take care of your personal side first. Then, like I said, the business follows right after that.
Okay. Wait, let me see. I think somebody just dropped something else. I missed it earlier. Oh, somebody said that Navy Federal gave them 25K.
Listen.
And then the notary John asked, when we're freezing.
You know. Listen.
Right. Salute. Look, 25K on a Thursday. Like, it ain't even Friday yet. You done already got paid for the next 4 Fridays.
Listen, God is the greatest. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm blessed.
But yeah,
I'm blessed.
The notary John, you said had a question?
Yeah, she asked that when I'm freezing my accounts, do I freeze all of them or just that credit bureau for where I'm going to get pulled from?
Great question. You only typically, for myself personally, I like to freeze all of them just for safe measure, but you don't necessarily have to. Like if you're trying to run the Apple Card method of not getting that hard inquiry, you only have to freeze that bureau that they're pulling from. I do all 3. You don't have to. I just do it myself, but you only have to pull that one bureau that they're pulling from. You should be fine.
All right. So somebody else just asked, Tracking Money. What's up, folks? He just asked, do you assist people with getting business funding via the PG method?
Yeah. So the first thing, if you come to my company and you got bad credit, but you're looking to get funding, before we even talk about the business side of things, the first thing we do is get your personal side right. So once we get your personal side right, after we finish fixing your credit, right, we don't just fix your credit and be like, all right, go, be free. No, from there, we actually sit down with you and help you build your report out, right? So once it's completely cleaned out, then we sit down with you step by step and say, all right, apply for this, open that, let this sit for a couple months, do this for a little bit so that you're in prime position to do whatever it is that you want to do. Whether you want to go and get that crib, go and get a car, get the money that you need to run a play, whatever it may be. We help you get your personal credit right. We sit down and help you build it out. And then from there, we put you in prime position to do whatever it is you want to do afterwards.
Gosh. So what do you say to the people that, it's always like a catch-22 question. They're like, well, how long is it going to take for you to fix my credit? Well, look, it took you 12 years that you to mess your credit up. Now you want me to fix your credit for you in 60 days or your money back. So can you touch on like the process and how long it takes to fix somebody's credit?
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. If I had $1 for everybody that's ever messaged me or emailed me with the question of how long is credit repair going to take, I could buy half a Philly. You hear me? If I had $1, listen, I tell people the same thing every single time. There's no rubric, there's no set time on how long credit repair takes. The average time, depending on your credit report, can be 3 to 6 plus months. But you're not about to come to me with like 40 collections, 3 delinquent loan accounts, and a bankruptcy talking about, I'm trying to be a homeowner in 30 days. No, you're not. It's not going to happen like that. It takes time. I like to tell people that, the window is 3 to 6 months plus. But like I said, it's very variable because different accounts take a different amount of time to get off. Like I'll tell you from personal experience, I've had certain negative accounts that on one client's report it took me like 1 or 2 months to get off, and on another client's report it took me like 4, 5, 6 rounds of dispute. So it varies. But I would say that if you're in a position where you need to get your credit fixed, no matter how much time it takes, you should be ready and willing to do it, because even if it takes a year, after that year is done, you're in prime position now to build your credit out and once again go do whatever it is that you want to do without having to worry about high interest rates, without having to worry about getting denied for like 8 different type of accounts that you're trying to apply for. So it's a no-brainer.
Got you. All right, we appreciate that. Patience is key. I've been working with Marv since the
yeah, shout out to Andre. He know. I be telling him all the time, like, yo, it takes time. It takes time, but we gonna get there.
Nah, well, you definitely got your team in here, and they definitely supporting and giving you the stamp. So we definitely know you the real deal out here.
I appreciate.
So, aside from credit, like if I'm just the average person, do you know? Like, can you give any recommendations in addition to your YouTube page on things just to educate myself or give me any financial literacy?
Outside of my YouTube page, in terms of, you talking about resources in general or people I would recommend they look into? What do you mean?
So like podcasts, YouTube, books.
I'm not. I can't recommend too many books because I used to be a heavy book person. I'm not that much of a book person now. I'm real into like listening, right? So one thing that really helped me when I was learning a lot about credit, Earn Your Leisure. I listen to them every day. Every single day. I know they've been going crazy as of late. So Earn Your Leisure is an amazing podcast if you're not just trying to learn credit, but any and everything financial literacy and business. Outside of them, I like right now I haven't been listening to too many different people, but in terms of people that you could tap in with, Herm is somebody that I watch a lot. Like he one of those people when Herm talk, I listen. Point blank period. He
literally I tell everybody, like, I only got to talk to Herman for 2 to 5 minutes, because after them 2 to 5 minutes, I'm already on pace to make 10, 20 grand off of whatever he just told me.
Listen, anybody who ever talked to Herm know he gonna give you one gem to go get a bag some way somehow. That's Mr. Business funding himself. You understand? So Herm is a great person. He makes a lot of great content about credit. Him 500 is another one. I got a lot of people. Shout out to Ven Her. She's been given a lot of game on different ways to start building your credit and things like that. That's the homie. Off the top of my head right now, that's the main people that come to mind. But like I said, I really just paid more. I learned a lot from my peers, man, because I surround myself with individuals that are like light years ahead of me. So okay. I don't have to go and get the book. Not to say there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't got to go and get the books and this. I can just tap in with them, and a phone conversation or an Instagram video will teach me like 18 different things that I thought I knew but didn't know nothing about. Now I got to go back and do my homework. So that's what I do.
Jeffrey Liverpool is the Haitian CEO. And then Marvin, somebody just dropped Marvin's social media as well in here.
I think Ash Denise, Miss I am Ash Denise, she asked, do I teach classes on credit repair? That's a question I get twice a day. No, I do not teach. I don't teach classes on credit repair. I don't have a mentorship at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one anytime soon, but I get that question a lot. If there's anybody in here that's interested in getting in the credit repair space, the best people to tap in with, Herm has a mentorship where he teaches credit repair. So you about to say something?
Well, no, I was going to say, but for your tribe or the people that work with you, I guess, if you're not doing classes, I guess you do one-on-one sessions that just break down their credit per se.
Right. So it depends. If you come to me to try and learn how to do credit repair, I don't teach that. Like at the moment, if you
okay, I'm not. Then maybe that's where I was confused. I wasn't sure if she was talking about.
No, I think I think from what I understand, she's basically asking like, hey, do you teach how to do credit repair? Right. So if you're talking about how just credit repair in general, you want general credit repair knowledge, then we could talk that. How to do credit repair, I don't teach that. My peers do. So at Haitian CEO, he has a mentorship going right now where he teaches credit repair. At him 500, he also has a mentorship, a whole online portal where he breaks down the credit repair game. And another dude, he hasn't launched his mentorship yet, but I follow him extremely closely. At Mr. Credit Yourself, he's the best in the game. Point blank period. He I don't know when he's gonna launch his mentorship, but if you're looking to launch credit repair classes, you tap in with him. But right now,
what about people who might not want to start a class, but they just want to repair their credit? Do you have any upcoming classes or sessions for helping clients repair their credit?
You know, now at the moment, I don't have anything that I've been working on. I've gotten a lot of inquiries, so I think it's something I'm gonna have to explore. I do have an ebook where in the ebook I give a pretty solid breakdown of, you know, how if you don't want to pay me or you don't want to pay somebody else to fix your credit, or you want to start
Do
learning,
it. Yeah.
yeah, basically like a do it yourself. It's called the Credit Mastermind, right? So it's $47 $47. You about to say something?
No, I was saying, but technically, that was what I was asking you earlier.
I ain't know. I ain't. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Be plugging you, man.
I
It's all
yeah,
about
I
you. You,
appreciate it. But yeah,
you the homie.
yeah. No, so basically, I don't like feeling like I'm selling myself. That's why. But
No,
basically,
that's why I asked. So go ahead. So for those who want to know, Marvin's about to give y'all not the exclusive, but if you want to do it yourself with the ebook, or if you just need this information to improve your credit, and you're not necessarily ready to pay for the one-on-one, link is in your bio.
right. So I just launched the ebook. It's called the Credit Mastermind.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. It's basically in the ebook, I'm breaking down a couple of things, right? So how to start building your credit, even if you have little to no credit at all, how to leverage credit, right? To start investing in your business, how to leverage credit to travel for free. That's one big thing, right? A perk of having great credit, being able to travel free, getting all these nice luxury hotels and things like that. And also how to start fixing your credit. If you know nothing about credit repair at all, I give you a very straightforward way on how you can start fixing your credit and getting negative items off. And as a bonus, because I love giving value, the portion in the ebook where I start teaching people how to break down credit, I literally just did a YouTube video about it like 3-4 days ago where I already break it down. So if you don't want to pay the 47, that's fine. You can just go to my YouTube channel and learn for free. You understand? There you go.
But you're gonna have to put the pieces together. So if you get the ebook, it's spelled out for you from A to Z.
Right.
Ready to go.
Right.
Fire. All you gotta do is fire.
Right. That's it.
And you see the comments. Somebody in here said they got 2,500. Another person said Marv put them on and they got 25 bands.
Listen, tap in. That's all I can say. Tap in. Yeah, most definitely. So link is in my bio. If you guys want to buy it, like I said, it's only $47. I think I might lower the price a little bit more because I want more people to get it. I really and truly want more people to get it. Because like I said,
how much cheaper you gonna make it? $49 to change somebody's life?
Listen, man, I'm about
5,000. $49 to get 25,000, and y'all questioning this, man? You can't question that.
I'm about giving value. So, you know, I'm all about informing the community. But anyway, of course, I want to be able to, you know, support myself. But listen, any and every way that I can give value, that's how I'm going to do it. So if y'all are interested, you can definitely go purchase the ebook. If not, I give tons of game on my YouTube page. I think eventually, like I said, I'm going to have to launch a course or something where I really kind of break everything down.
We bringing the investment blueprint to Brooklyn, man. We can collaborate.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
We can collaborate. We come to. I love New York. I love coming to Brooklyn. I got family in Queens, so
make it happen.
Long as you know where a good food spot is for after the event. Look, me, Lorenzo, a couple other cats. We pulling up. We gonna make it a whole day event in Brooklyn.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I'm looking forward to it.
See this relationships. Here we go. Now we about to hit the road and bring this thing to Brooklyn.
Listen, if y'all know anything about A-Lee, you know, you talk to him for a couple minutes, you gonna walk out with at least 4 or 5 different deals on the spot.
Well, somebody cursed me out today about the deal I sold, and I'm like, I mean, I did post it to my social media.
You understand?
The people jumped on it, and you know,
first come, first serve.
Right, so they gonna put a daycare on the bottom floor. I think a daycare or whatever.
It's mixed use.
Yeah, mixed use, and then this apartment upstairs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you know, in Brooklyn, something like that probably cost you like $300,000-500 grand, if that.
Listen, I think you lowball. If you talk Brooklyn, no, higher. Real estate in Brooklyn right now is different. It's very, very different.
I need $1 million just to start.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. $2 million. $2 million. You $2 million.
$2 million. Get me a 2-bedroom.
A 1 closet, 1 sink apartment. Feel me? I think that's a good valuation right there. Yeah.
It's different.
Different. Yeah.
Oh man, well, we definitely appreciate you, Marvin. For the people who don't know, where can they find you? What's your social media information?
Right. So if you guys want to stay tapped in and, you know, learn more about credit or just have any questions relating to any and everything credit, you can follow me here, of course, at Marvin Francois _ on Instagram, or you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Marvin Francois. I'm posting videos there consistently, just talking any and everything credit, trying to educate the people. If you need your credit repaired, you looking to buy a trade line, or you're looking to start getting some business funding, you can tap in with my team, FrancoisCapital.com, right? Like I said, we offer credit repair servicing for any and all negative items on your credit report. We offer trade lines. We have over 1,400 different trade lines that we offer to the public, right? So if you're looking to build your credit out, you can buy a trade line from my company. And if you're looking to get some business funding, I also have a team in place for that as well. FrancoisCapital.com for that. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm mainly on YouTube and Instagram.
Got you. For the trade line, we didn't touch on that. So, like, for those who don't know, what is a trade line and how does it work?
Right. So a trade line is basically, technically speaking, a trade line really just means a line of credit. But in the context of what most people use it for, a trade line is basically when you piggyback off of somebody else's credit to boost your own credit score, right? So what you can do is, if you have an auntie or uncle or brother who has amazing credit and you're looking to just start building your credit right now, you can ask them to add you to their credit card as an authorized user. You'll basically borrow their credit score, their credit utilization, and their credit history onto your own personal credit report. That way you can use that borrowed credit to go get your own personal credit card, right? Or if you have certain plays that you want to run and you want to bolster your file out just a little bit more, you can go and get a trade line. If you can, whether you buy one from a company like mine or piggyback off of one of your family members to help strengthen your credit report, right? To go out and get and help you get approved for that car, help you go get that house, or help you go get that credit card that you're looking to apply for.
Yeah. So, Carisha, what's going on? So, Carisha just asked, for people who are not credit savvy, is your book easy enough for just the average Joe to be able to listen?
Yeah, ain't nothing scary in there. I promise you, there's nothing scary in there. I made sure to opening up the book, I go to the very, very basics of it all, and then from there, as you progress, right, it becomes more and more understandable. Even when I start getting to some of the more complex things, it's only 47 pages. I'm not knocking you over the head with a dictionary's worth of information.
Right.
Very digestible. You don't got to worry. I'm not using no 18-syllable words in there. I'm not telling you about no Swiss banks nothing like that. It's very digestible information, but also very beneficial information that you could use and put into action right away.
Would the person have to use the card? Will their credit go down if they don't use it?
Now, are you talking about the person who added on, I guess?
So ask your question all the way. What person you talking about? Like who and who?
Would that person have to use?
So I guess the person who gets added as an authorized user, do they have to use the card in order to get the benefit?
Oh, no. So basically what happens is when you get added as an authorized user to somebody else's credit. Okay, you said yes. All right. So when you get added as an authorized user to somebody else's credit, the credit company does send you your own credit card, but you don't use it. You don't touch it, right? So you just throw that credit card away, or the person who put you on as an AU, they just have that card mailed out to them. And then from there, you don't have to worry about touching that credit card at all. You don't got to use it. You literally are just piggybacking off of that other person's credit. They're the only one that gets access to use that credit card, not you.
Right. You better not use it and burn it up, or else they're gonna kick you off that joint.
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that. You can't let those things happen. So yeah, you don't get no access to it. It's just to help you out. That's it.
Right. Now, so literally, I did that for my cousin. She went from a 500 to a 600 and something credit score literally in 60 days.
Crazy. Yeah.
2 cards, 2 authorized user accounts, and now her credit score in the 7s. Her credit score whamming right now. I'm like, your credit score is jumping just that much, like that fast. I've been busting my ass, and I'm like, that's the cheat code.
But now I'm happy that you said that, because if there's also another thing that I want to say, because this is a common misconception in the world of credit, right? Everybody and their grandmother want an 800 credit score. Everybody want an 850. Everybody want the 750. Mark, how can I get the high credit score? I preach this literally every single day. Your credit profile is more important than your credit score, right? What makes up your credit report is more important than that number that's showing on the bureaus. Why? Because when you have a strong credit profile, the credit score is a byproduct of that, right? So when you get a strong credit profile, you're going to get a great credit score. You having a great credit score doesn't mean that you have a great credit profile, right? So for example, when I started building my credit out, I also did the authorized user method. I became an authorized user on my homie's credit. My first credit score ever was a 720, right? But that was all that I had on my credit report. I can't take my credit report with just that one authorized user and go to the dealership and be like, yeah, let me get the Urus. Nope, not going to happen. Can't go buy a brownstone in Harlem. Not going to happen, right? trade lines and things of that nature, a lot of times what happens is people think that they can go and jump on 18 different credit cards from their family members and now they can go crazy. But the banks see that these lines of credit are not primarily yours. So these trade lines are really just a method. They're a tactic, a means to bolster your credit report, but they are not the end all be all. You still have to take the initiative to build your own credit out. And moreover, if you have bad credit, getting a trade line may boost your credit score up, but it still doesn't defeat the fact that you have that charge off on your account, or you have those late payments on that closed account, or whatever it may be. So you got to focus on your credit profile first, and don't worry about the score because it's going to come after anyways.
Right. So I was thinking who I was talking to, but they said, yo, the authorized user account is a great Band-Aid, but it's not a solution. So you got to go ahead, get in, and then do what you got to do in 60, 90 days, however long you're going to be on that person's account, and execute. So, you know, get the Apple card, get the Discover card, get the Navy Federal account. As your score improves, keep adding accounts. Start, and like we said, don't go buy dumb stuff with it that's not going to do anything for you. Buy the stuff you use every day. Groceries, gas, your rent. Pay your rent. That's the crazy thing. A lot of people don't realize if you can pay your rent with your credit card, do it, because now you get the history from the credit card, not to mention the reward points, and it back every month. You never should have a late payment for anything if you have access to credit, especially not the essential things that we need to survive: food, shelter, and water.
Right. That's 100% true. A lot of people don't even know to go to credit. You could use your rent to build your credit. A lot of people don't even know that. There are things like rent. There's Rental Karma and also Rent Reporter. Right. Those are two reporting services where if you sign up for them and you have great payment history with paying your rent on time, you could use your rent payments, have them reported on your credit report, and use that to also build up your credit profile. So if you've been living, if you've been a tenant somewhere for 3 years and you got short credit history, you can sign up for Rental Karma, sign up for Rent Reporter, have them, they'll basically, I think they reach out to your landlord or whatever it may be, and they take that payment history of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it may be, your credit report, and boom, now you just bolstered your credit score even more off of paying for something.
What's that called?
Rental Karma. There's two of them. There's Rental Karma and Rent Reporters. One of them only report, I forget which one. One of them only reports to TransUnion, and the other one, I think one of them only reports to Equifax. I think the other one reports to TransUnion and Equifax. But it's still history that you can use, right, for something you've been paying to help build your credit profile out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, well, y'all heard it first. Marvin I didn't know that. So that's I need to sign my tenants up for that. Or maybe I don't need them to stay tenants. I don't maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We gonna put them on. We for the people.
Yeah, most definitely. That's another great gem for y'all too. Rental Karma, rental KHARMA.com and rentreporters.com. You can look into both of them. They charge a small little, I think they charge a monthly fee or a sign-up fee or something like that. But if you've been living somewhere as a tenant for years now, you can literally borrow that history, add it onto your profile, and bolster it up to help boost your credit up.
Yeah. Game changer. Do y'all have any other questions for Marvin while we got him? He said he's trying to give it to y'all, or y'all asking, and he give y'all this course, and then y'all gonna have to cut the check.
Yeah, I'm crying. Yeah, no, I see. I pay top dollars that do authorized user accounts report only when the card owner account reports. Yes. So if you're getting added as authorized user to somebody else's credit card, I don't know why they would how they could have an open credit card that's not reporting on their credit report, but if it's reporting on their credit report, then it should be able to post on yours as well.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Okay. All right. Well, definitely, like I said, appreciate you, Marvin. Is there anything else that you want to, highlight or leave the people with before we check out of here?
Anything? I'll share a quote, I guess, to close things out. My favorite quote ever is, "Information changes situations, but not without implementation." That's it. It's point blank period. Information changes situations, but not without implementation. I teach people about credit all the time, all day, every day. And you have those people that get the game, they get the jewels, they get the gems, they sit on it, and a year from now, 2 years from now, they're wondering why they're still in the same spot. Then you have other people, you give them the game, you give them the juice, the sauce, whatever it is that you want to call it. Next day, they put it into action. Same day, they put it into action, right? Because they want to change their situation, right? How many people do you know? You in real estate, you probably know a bunch of people that, like, if they was in the real estate field, they'd be killing it. or they are in the field and they should be killing it.
Right.
But they got the game, they got the knowledge, but it's like, I think it's called like information paralysis. It's almost like they're scared.
Not paralysis. Right.
Yeah, it's like they're scared to take that next step. And it's literally, they're literally holding the blueprint in the palm of their hand. So I'm all about educating, but and I remember I got this from another gentleman. His name is I think it's Sherby Andre. He's owner of Truck. He's also out in Philly as well. He said he heard a quote that said, "I'd rather have ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice." I said, "Goodness gracious, what a quote!" He said, "I'd rather have ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice." Meaning what? I'd rather be dumb as hell, but out here making the moves I need to get to that next level versus know everything in the world and not doing nothing with it. You understand what I'm saying? So whether it's me giving game on credit or A-Lee giving game on any and everything real estate, y'all are watching us put the pieces together for you, right? Putting the blueprint for you so that you can go out and do the same thing yourself. So whatever jewels, whatever gems that you get, whether it be from me, him, or whoever else on Instagram, don't just take it and sit on it. You know, a year ago today, I was broke as a joke, overdrawn bank account, trying to figure out how I'm gonna sell these t-shirts on Shopify. Right. I got the information from the Haitian CEOs of the world, from the HIM 500s, from all these different people. Now I have streams of income coming from all these different places. I'm blessed. I'm thankful, but I'm an action taker. I didn't just get the info and sit on it. I took it, ran with it, and I asked questions later. I wasn't trying to perfect it in the beginning and make sure. Nah, I didn't need all of that. I just needed this much to do this much. You understand what I'm saying? And now here we are, and it's only going to continue to progress. So if I could do it, anybody else could do it. I'm nobody. I'm just a kid from Canarsie that fixed credit. That's it. That's it. So that's it.
Now, well, look, that was enough right there within itself. Because I hear Herman say it. I say it all the time. You know, different cats, and it's like, you know enough.
That's it.
You only don't know because you didn't try it yet.
Come on, man.
Come
on,
go,
man.
Please. Somebody try something that we talked about tonight.
Do so. I want to see somebody DM me tonight and be like, "Yo, I just got the Apple Card, 5,000, no hard inquiry. Thank you." I want to see someone call me like, "Yo, Navy Federal, 75,000, 20,000. Thank you." It could be one. I don't care if you get an inquiry off. Be like, "Yo, Good. Information changes situations, but not without implementation. I'd rather have ignorance on fire than knowledge on ice. Go out and do something, man. It's really that simple.
Look, we gonna leave them with that. If y'all appreciate what Marv just told y'all and everything else we talked about tonight, let me see some fire emojis real quick.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on this platform. Like I said, the fact I see you had Workout Landlord on here, Herm, all these other people. I'm like, you want me to? I mean, I come on. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So I tell people it's not necessarily about the fame and the name, man. It's really about people's energy and what I see them doing. So it's like, yo, I really enjoy doing these, the network and build. I'm learning as I'm interviewing and talking to you guys. You know, and on top of that, I want people like you said, you'd be surprised how many people don't know certain people on the gram. And I'm like, how you don't know these people?
Man.
So it's like, yo, if they don't know them, it's like, all right, I at least got to share the information with more people.
Right.
At some point, you got to know these folks because it's like, now you got to burn my ear. Because all I'm doing is telling you what I learned from your page, Herman page, Workout Landlord, Real Estate Tracy, Benicia, you name it. The list go on and on.
Killers. Absolute killers, man. I'm honored and I'm humbled, man. Thank you so much.
Now, a question for you, because you sound, not sound, but you appear young. How old are you?
How old do you think I am? That's my favorite question in the world.
You like in your mid-20s?
You close? Yeah.
Early 30s?
No. Come on, brother. Don't do that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that player. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with it. Nah, I'm 23. I turned 24 in November.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like I also like connecting with young people, you know, guys, you know, younger than myself, you know, because it's like, yo, if I was 23 and knew what I knew now,
man. Listen, if I knew what I knew about credit now, when I was 18,
you were ahead of the game, though. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I wouldn't necessarily rush it to like my youth, like because I think you have to mess some things up,
right,
in order to appreciate it. And that's why, like, I appreciate my 20s and you know my college days. Like I had time to mess things up, be ignorant, be an idiot per se. But now it's like now that I'm here and I got to provide for a family, I can handle it.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's times I'm like, yo, if I knew what I knew about credit now when I was 18, I think I would own Amazon. But then there's other times where I'm like, you know what? I'm happy I didn't know what I know when I was 18 because I had to go through those trials and those tribulations, those like dry seasons to not only appreciate what I have now, but know how to handle it properly.
Man, the crazy thing is, I'm saying you're gonna be probably multi-millionaire by the time you're 30. If you keep doing what you're doing now, I'm speaking it into existence
Listen,
now.
I'm speaking. I hope everyone not listen. We coming. We have no right there. It's there for the take. You just got to go out there and get it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what we're working towards.
That's the goal, man. We're gonna have our own Rock Nation dinner that some
Yeah. Of course. Let's make it happen.
All right, well, definitely appreciate you, Marv. Again, hit the link in Marvin's bio if you want to get the ebook. Check his YouTube page out, and of course, don't forget to hit the link in my bio and see what I got for y'all. Definitely got some goodies for y'all, and then of course, stay tuned. Next Thursday, 8:30 next week, not 8 o'clock, 8:30. We'll be having another IG live with a cool brother named Justin. He'll be talking about his real estate journey and his path to get into his financial freedom. Using real estate and credit, because that's one of the things he definitely talks about.
Most definitely.
So are you going to jump back into real estate or what?
Of course. I'm actually trying to see if I could buy my first investment property for the end of the year. That would be phenomenal. I don't know if I'm going to do it in New York. I actually been thinking about Philly because I know that the market out there is hot. Thinking about New Jersey as well. I know a lot of people's flocking to like Detroit and Cleveland and those places, but I really want my first investment property to be like close. I don't know why, but I just feel I would.
So I'm like you, and I think I would, in my mind, I'm saying I feel like Jersey would be rocking for you because you could get something decent
right
in Jersey, single family, multi-family. You don't necessarily got to get nothing. You don't got to come all the way to Camden per se, but there's other Jersey that you still can get the value and the cash flow in Jersey, depending on where you go. There are a lot of townships that got multi-families for, you going to pay an M in New York, but in Philly, you're going to pay like 3 something. In Jersey, you might.
For me, it's not even just about how much the cribs cost. I'm also thinking about like how the laws favor the landlord-tenant relationships. Like here in New York, man.
They do dirty.
These bro, there's a woman around the corner from our crib. She ain't get rent from a tenant for like 16 months. 16 months? No, we don't play those games. We do not play those games. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get into it. I've been looking into like, of course, the Airbnb space as well. But God, that's a must. It's a must, man.
Somebody said you was a good landlord. My landlord I have now was a mess.
Oh, she was your tenant?
I don't know. Lovable.
Might be my tenant. I'll check after. I'll see. I may know who this person is. We'll see.
Well, if it was me, I'm glad to hear.
If it was me, God bless. Thank you for the first of the month every month. There you go.
For sure. And my folks, Jabari is in here. He said he's licensed in Jersey. He's one of my homies that's on my team. Oh, I was. What's going on, lovable lady? And I'm glad I was able to provide decent housing for you. But Jabari's like, oh, second floor. Yep. So that was my first tenant. That was my first.
Wow, that's crazy.
First tenant. Yep. So salute. Yep, I remember.
Let's go.
So Jabari is licensed in Jersey. So Jabari's going to DM you after this, so he can tap in with you. So if you want to start, learning Jersey and playing in that market, Jabari is a good resource.
I'll follow him right when I get off this thing. We'll talk. We're definitely going to talk. Okay. Yeah, most definitely.
All right, the lovable lady, get with me. We gotta. You've been renting, so I know you know how to pay bills. We gotta get you, some of them resources Marvin just talked about. We're gonna get you home ownership in the next 2 years. Yeah. That's the goal. Home ownership.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So again, and I got another announcement. We got some resources coming, so stay tuned for the home buyers, or just entrepreneurs. When I get this phone call I'm waiting on, we got a new loan product that's coming out for entrepreneurs where they're only going to pre-approve you based off your bank statements.
Ooh.
Tax returns. So it's literally going to be credit. So you're going to still need Marvin, but then in addition to that, you can get pre-approved without the tax returns and this crazy audits. You're literally just going to need the bank statements for the last 12 months. So imagine if you're somebody who's a high earner, but then you write everything off, but you can show the earnings coming in. Come on.
That's a game.
I might be.
That's a game changer.
Go ahead.
No, that's a
Look,
game changer right there.
Listen, so literally, I'm just waiting for the phone call. So hopefully, when the Queen Bee hits me up and we can talk about this, it's gonna be crazy. So so like I said, but I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely appreciate you. We really gonna talk about that play. Stay tuned next Thursday. Another great IG live. We're gonna upload this to my YouTube page as well, Marvin. So when I get the link, I'll send it to you so you can share it. So don't forget, you got to get your Apple credit card with no inquiry. You got to get the Discover card, the cash rewards.
Yeah.
Discover that, and then also that's what it was. I was for my local people. I only could talk about the people in Philly. Bryn Mawr Trust. Bryn Mawr Trust pulls from TransUnion, small local bank. Literally, you don't need an account. When I tell you, just go on there. If you got a 620 credit score or better, they will at least give you a $5,000 credit card. Use the cash back. $5,000. Like you said, like they print money at Navy, they print money at Bryn Mawr Trust.
Oh, you just told me something. I got some homework to do when we get off this live. Yeah.
Just run it. Hurry up while they giving it. I'm telling you, they giving cats money. And somebody said Amex. Amex is a lot tighter for the average person. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
The one card you can look into is the Amex Blue Cash. I didn't mention that card because it's a little, it's tricky. It's a start. It can be. It's a starter card, but
But it's a starter card. Anything Amex and Chase, them cards be like so. Like I like that Citi. Citi got a good situation with 0% interest for 15 months.
Right.
The Discover, the Apple.
Right.
How you spell what? How you spell what? What you asking?
I don't know.
Cash money for you. How you spell what? Bryn Mawr Trust.
Brent Mar. Is it Brent Mar? I think it's BRENT.
BRYN. Bryn Mawr. Bryn Mawr. BRYN MAWR Trust. Bryn Mawr Trust Bank, or do BMT Bank, Philadelphia. Bryn Mawr Trust.
Yep.
So Bryn Mawr Trust. So just do BMT.
Type in BMT Bank, you should be fine.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, that's like so. Literally, I'll cheat code, get a laptop, however many devices you got. Go ahead and hit Bryn Mawr Trust, Navy Federal, and Discover all at the same time. Get you 3 devices, plug in all your information all at once. Let the inquiries hit send real quick, all at once. Multiple devices. Have a credit party.
Yeah.
When you do this, hit us up. Let us know how it worked out for you. We want to know.
Yep.
We want to know. So go ahead, run the plays, and then come by a house or get with Marvin and learn how to leverage your credit, turn your credit into cash, whatever it is you want to do so you can do the Airbnb, the Turo, et cetera, et cetera. But look, there's no excuses to be broke no more. COVID is slowly going away, and then the information is here. So if you still trying to figure it out, it's because you won't invest in yourself or tap into, or let alone just ask for help.
Right.
If you ask for help, I'm sure there's somebody that's willing to help you.
Right. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Let's go, lovable lady. Go ahead and do it, and then hit me in the DM so I can see how it worked out for you. But again, salute to you, King. Definitely wishing you nothing but success. By the time you're 30, multi-millionaire, I'm gonna be looking forward to it, man. We floor seats at the Brooklyn game.
Always. Oh yeah, I got you. Let's do it.
I'm out.
Let's do it.
All right, Marv. Enjoy.
Yo, appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.